Hi, I'm estate planning attorney Michael Redden, and today we're going to talk about what is probate and how to avoid it. But if you have any questions about this after the video, or if you'd like to set up a time to talk with me either on the phone or in person for free, go to setestatemeeting.com. That's setestatemeeting.com, and you can set that up. So what is probate? Probate is essentially just a legal process where we take the property that someone who passed away owns and transfer the title over to the next person, to the heir. So it's really all about property and things like that. And it's really only going to affect the things that you own that don't have a beneficiary on them when you pass away. And think about how many things have a beneficiary on them nowadays, right? Your IRA has a beneficiary. There's probably a pay on death for your bank account. Your life insurance policy has them. You could even put a beneficiary on your house now. It's called a transfer on death deed. But if you really think about it, you can't put a beneficiary on everything. It's sometimes difficult to do that if you're a business owner. It can also be difficult to do that for things like in your sock drawer. But if you have a really small estate and all that's left over is those kinds of things, you can still avoid probate with a small estate affidavit in Minnesota. But the real way that a lot of times we're going to plan for this, if you have a lot of assets or other things or other goals and you don't want things to just transfer straight to the beneficiary, but you still want to avoid probate, is you're going to have a revocable living trust. Because while you're alive, that trust is there and you control it. So you still control all of your property, but it owns it, not you. So when you pass away, that trust continues on living, so there's nothing left for you that you own to transfer in the probate process. That's the two main ways that we avoid probate are going to be to have a revocable living trust and to properly use our beneficiary designations. Now, something else you should know about probate. It's not necessarily something that you really should avoid at all costs. There are some states like California and Arkansas and things like that where it's really costly, where it can cost up to 3 or 4% of the entire estate to probate it. Minnesota's not like that. We have a much more efficient process, and a lot of folks, unless you're say Prince, he had a lot, and even though he died without a will, he's going through probate, right? And you're going to go through probate for anything you own, whether you had a will or not when you pass. That's the kind of thing to remember. And it will be more costly the more large your estate is. But for the average person in Minnesota, probate is not going to be that big of a deal. But it is going to potentially be a hassle. It's going to take time, and you're going to have your family members or someone be the personal representative, take responsibility for that. And there are costs associated with it. But it's pretty easy to avoid. Properly use your beneficiary designations, and if there's still quite a bit left over, you got a business or something like that, use a revocable living trust. Again, I'm Michael Redden, and if you want to set a time to talk with me or you have any more questions about this, go to setestatemeeting.com. That's setestatemeeting.com. You can talk to me for free, either over the phone or in person.